Good morning, guys. We are just about 3 weeks out from the Arnold. It'll be 3 weeks tomorrow. Today's Thursday. We are doing a full day of eating today. So Chloe got here super early. We did coffee, check-ins, cardio, and Legos. You get her just cheap. Yeah, you're jealous, girl.
She is.
I'd be like, why are you wearing 2 pairs of socks? It's the trick to burn more fat. Before junior nationals, I dropped a 45 on my toe and like busted it open like 6 weeks before the show. Had to train with no shoes. Even at work, like the first couple of days, they just let me be a body at work in case anything happened, but they give me the least patient load because I couldn't wear my shoes. So I'd only put my shoe on to go into a patient's room. But I won my pro card, so it's good luck.
I hate when it gets stuck at the bottom.
Well, it's because I've kind of fried the crap out of this pan. But Martin has his own pan and I don't use it because I'll ruin it.
We're on camera today. You gotta look pretty.
And now I'm getting my day started with my first meal. So, made my morning drink. I use the daily greens from Revive, glutamine, emergency packets, 2 of those, and then hydration packet from Raw. Took my morning supplements, made my breakfast. So I do 4 ounces or 4 egg whites, 4 ounces of egg whites from a carton. I get 1 whole egg, but I found these chicken sausages at Target. So I've been switching that for a chicken sausage, which is the same fat content. Spinach, because greens are important when you're keto, and 3 mushrooms. So cooked that. And then I do like 15 grams of the dairy-free cheese to give it some flavor. And that'll be my first meal. Boss just decreased my food yesterday, so calories are scarce all around. Get fats in my first meal, fats in my last meal. The rest will just be protein veg, but I'll get a little creative with it to make it a little fun as we finish this prep out. So I'm gonna eat my first meal for breakfast, finish my morning drink, and then we will get the day started. For my second meal, I'm gonna do a Creami. This will be a little different. I have been putting nut butter in here, but I have no more fats in this meal. So I I made it with 25 grams protein of this peanut butter banana, isolate protein from raw, 100 grams of almond milk, 200 grams of water, and then I put some stevia in there to help with the flavor since I won't have any nut butter. But what I do with this is I let it thaw for like 25-30 minutes so that it's not rock hard or you will break your Creami. And then I spin it on ice cream 2 times. After the first time, I'll put almond milk in it, and then I'll spin it again. And then if I had almond butter to add to it, I would add that and then do mix-ins. So we'll probably just get 2 spins this time. I just put a splash of almond milk in there before I spin it a second time because it helps with just the texture and make it a little bit more smooth. It takes forever when you're hungry. And we have pretend ice cream. And we waste nothing. I've been switching my flavors around, but I like the cookies and milk. Peanut butter banana. I tend to crave banana in prep. And you guys know since I'm keto, I don't get fruits or anything, so I'm definitely craving it. And then probably the pecan pie. Those are probably my 3 favorites. Okay, so 3rd meal, protein and veg. We got that cool peri-peri sauce at HEB the other day. We kind of did a sauce haul. I'm not huge on sauces typically, so I will use them once I get to like just protein veg because it gives a little extra flavor and differences to the meals. But I did 100 grams of turkey breast, some zucchini noodles, mushrooms, and I think that's it. And the peri-peri sauce. Yeah. So zucchini will help keep my digestion good. The turkey I made overnight last night in the crock pot, and the peri-peri will just be a little different flavor. Good, actually. Okay, let's start with your front pose. Your waistline off to your right, not center. Yep. Left leg is going to be extended forward in front. Yep. Okay, so face towards me. Right foot, turn your toe to the right rather than straight forward. Right hand's going to be on your hip. So keep your waist there and then turn just your upper body, your shoulders towards me. Good. Hips are going to stay to the side. Chest doesn't have to be straight on, but I do want them to be able to see this action. And then try to get back into it. Yes. Step it down and then so you're just going to rotate and bring that left leg into the position for your side pose. Then your foot's already pointed to the side, and you can just rotate into that pose. Point your toe at the floor, heel off the floor. Yep. meal 4. Protein veg again. Spaghetti squash is new. I introduced it this week. We were at HEB. I was looking at vegetables and it looked good. So I'm doing 150 grams of spaghetti squash, 100 grams of cooked shrimp, and then this like pizza sauce, I'm using it as pasta sauce because it has lower carbs, but I'm doing half what it says. The serving size is 61 grams. I did 30 grams. So it's got like 2 carbs in it from tomatoes basically, and less than a gram of fat. So that's my sauce for this meal. So we'll pretend that it is a makeshift pasta, and that will be my meal 4. And then I'll have one more meal tonight and I'll decide what that will be. It might end up being another Creami. Training day, I think, is 1,100 calories and off day is like 1,000, so it's a little bit less. One less meal on non-training days to give digestion a break. And he just dropped that food, I think, yesterday. So he dropped it by like 300 calories on each day. Up in like that's the biggest drop that we've had, but it's necessary. My condition yesterday was about where we were at the Olympia, and we're trying to come in leaner for the Arnold, so we're on track for that. We've got 3 weeks, so like 2 weeks to finish the push, and then we can start peaking. So it's grinding now, and I'm feeling it, but it's worth it, and we're almost there. All right, y'all. So for my last meal, we're gonna do another Creami because it's a little bit more voluminous, and I want something sweet. So I do get fats in this last meal. So this is another Creami, same way I made it before. Almond milk and water. This one is the Rocky Road protein from Raw. I'm gonna spin it once, almond milk, and then I'll put almond butter in it, and I'll show you my favorite almond butter from HEB, and I'll show you how I do the mix-in this time. They eat at 8 o'clock. It is 7:45 and they know what time it is. So they're stuck under my feet, trying to remind me that it's dinner time. That's the trick to make it creamy. I thought I don't know why I thought this. I just got the new program yesterday. So, but I get 25 grams of fat. So I'll do 32 grams of nut butter because it's 16 grams of fat, and then that'll account for the almond milk that I put in the Creami. So I make a little hole in the middle so that it gets all the way to the bottom. And then I cover it up with Creami because I don't like when the peanut butter gets stuck to the top of the Creami when it mixes it, because then I feel like I'm losing some. And then we mix it in. HEB has the best almond butter. Doesn't have a whole lot of added nonsense to mess up your belly. And this one's pecan pie, and it's my favorite. They also have a good cinnamon one, vanilla, and they used to have blueberry muffin, but it didn't come back this year, so we don't have that one right now. But this is expensive, but we get it. I'm starving today, which is good because it's working. Body fatigue is definitely set in. I think we've spent most of the time on the couch. Chloe has edited in between meals, which is awesome because there'll be a video dropping tomorrow, so we'll get to weekly videos now. Oh yes, because this will drop next week. So we're about a week behind, but that's good because you guys can kind of follow as we go. And then I think the plan, once we get to the Arnold, is daily vlogs through peak week going into the show. So you'll get a play-by-play of the day before as they drop, and you can keep up with what we're doing. I'm gonna eat this last meal. And yes, we do some wind down time. I like to eat my last meal before 8. It's 7:52. Because I don't like a lot of food on my stomach when I go to sleep because it interferes with my sleep. But I don't want to be completely empty with a growling belly either. So I try to balance that. So I'll eat this last meal. Martin's in the bath doing his Epsom salt bath. And then we might do Legos and watch a movie or something for an hour or two. And then we'll go to bed because we're close to prep. We are in prep. We're close to show. And we're tired. So we go to bed early now. And I'll feed the dogs so that they stop doing this.